Catherine from Jane Catherine on Books, and here we are still with March Mystery Madness and all the fantastic stuff that all the hosts have been putting out there. So little bit of time left yet for you to still get your 5 books in. The theme is 5 because this is our 5th year of hosting this. Well, not personally, I think this is my 3rd year, but it's been going for 5 years altogether. So have a check down below and see what the other channels have got in store for the last week. So here I am with 5 of my favourite childhood books, 5 childhood mysteries for you. And let me tell you this, it was a long time ago, so yeah, shows how long ago. This book was 2 and 6. 2 and 6 in old money. So this is The Secret of Grey Walls by Malcolm Saville. And this is actually my original book. It's about the Lone Pine gang. So the Lone Piners did various mysteries, and these were called the Pocket Merlins. So I collected these Pocket Merlins. I mean, it's very fragile now. I sort of wouldn't want to read it in this current state like this. It's even got my name on, Miss Catherine Lund, 51 Green Harbour Road. You know, you always got a thing about putting your name as if you've got to take ownership of your books when you're kids, don't you? I'm just trying to see very carefully. First came out in, let's have a look, 1967. This was a 68 copy. So 1967, crikey. So as I say, this is the Lone Piners. This is another one of their stories. It says, let's read the blurb on the back. Peter didn't see the 2 men with a broken down van in a country lane. They must need help, but all the same, she forgot them gladly. Now Peter's a girl. She's just called Peter. Then she saw the van again, racing through the quiet town of Clune in the middle of the night. All the Lone Piners are involved in this fast-moving adventure in the bleak Shropshire hills, sheep farming country, where sheep are mysteriously disappearing. So that's that one. Next, another one in its original state from when I was little. The Case of the Silver Egg. I love this. I've read it and read it and read it. The author is Desmond Skirrow. Sorry, not Scarrow, Skirrow. And it's a puffin classic. 1971, this one. 3rd of July, 1971. And this was one of the series called the Queen Street Gang. And this is the only one I've got left. I mean, a lot of them were in my mum's loft, and I think when the loft got cleared out and she moved several times, they got lost along the way, which is a shame. But this is the gang. They had a Minnie Morris Minor. That's very good alliteration for this time in the morning. Minnie Morris Minor. And they used to get up to all sorts of adventures, and you know, I loved it as a girl. Looking back on them now, really, the children used to be allowed to do all sorts of things that really we shouldn't be allowed to do. I know we had a bit more freedom then, but hey-ho. So this one, the Minnie Minor Morris and his 6 accomplices in the Queen Street Gang faced their toughest assignment ever when Minnie's father, the professor, mysteriously vanishes with his great new invention. Has he absconded with a national secret or been kidnapped by an ingenious band of crooks? Oh, goodness me. Case of the Silver Egg. Wonder what he's been doing. Next, although this is in a newer form, this is Moondial by Helen Cresswell. This is in a Faber Classics edition. And Helen Cresswell actually comes from Nottinghamshire. And the thing I liked about this book is that you get the sense and the feel of where it is based is actually in Nottinghamshire, and just added a little bit extra for me. But it's a bit spooky. Well, it was when I was a girl. Bit spooky, creepy. So Minty is the kind of girl who notices things, pockets of cold air on a stairway, cries on the wind, ghosts. One night, expeditions from the house where she's staying, Minty stumbles upon a moondial which takes her back in time. You see, even going back to the 60s when I was a little girl, we still had sort of magical realism, magic and escapism in our lovely childhood books. Nothing new. There she finds Tom, a sickly kitchen boy, and Sarah, a girl whose family thinks she has the mark of the devil. Will Minty find her way home, or will she be stuck in the past forever? About 3 years ago I reread that one. Still liked it. Next, again, this is another new copy of Stig of the Dump by Clive James. No, sorry, not Clive James. He was the actor, Clive King. This is again another lovely puffin book. We did this at school. This was something that we did in primary school, and we did loads of projects and things like that around it. So again, this has got a place in my heart. Everybody had told Barney not to play too near the edge of the chalk pit. But today was one of those grey days when there was nothing to do and nowhere to go, except to the chalk pit, the dump. And so Barney lands in a cave in the middle of the rubbish dump, and that's where he meets Stig. Now, I think the BBC or the ITV did an adaptation of this children's series, but I don't know if it's still available on BookTube or whatever. It'd be worth having a look. But yeah, mystery in a dump. And then finally, my 5th one, because it's 5, the five of everything for this year's March Mystery Madness. One of my very, very favourites, The Borrowers. The Borrowers has been read I don't know how many times in my lifetime. This is by Mary Norton. Again, a puffin book, a newer one. I haven't got my original one. I don't think I have, no. So for those of you that aren't aware, they're little people, the Borrowers, and Pod, Homily and Arietta are a family of tiny people that live underneath the floorboards. And there's a whole community of borrowers that live all over the country in the UK, all in different houses. And they go up into the hub of the main house and take away, they borrow things. They don't steal them, they borrow things and take them back home downstairs, down below stairs under the floorboards. So you can imagine if they find a little bobbin, a cotton reel bobbin that's discarded, they will take it back to their home down there, and because they're so little it makes a table for them, that sort of thing. I absolutely loved it. There's a whole series of it. They have to escape because the house is going to be pulled down, and so I think we have a field, their adventures escaping across fields, and I think they have a float where they're on the riverside. But yeah, The Borrowers, if you've not heard of The Borrowers or your children haven't read The Borrowers, it's one of my old-time favourites. There we go then. That's 5 of my very, very best favourites from when I was young. And I'll just hold those up for you. There we go. Let me know what your favourite books from childhood were, if you've got 5 favourites. And I'll see you again next video. Bye for now.